Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another JetPunk General Knowledge Quiz video. You guys seem to quite enjoy the last one where I've played the first 6 quizzes in this playlist. So I'm just going to be continuing with this. Again, I'm always happy to branch out in future videos if you have other quizzes or types of quizzes you would like me to try. But for now, I'm just going to stick to this because I think it works pretty well. And yeah, not too much else for me to say other than, again, if you like these videos, do let me know by leaving a comment, liking the video, and subscribing as usual. And we will get started with general knowledge quiz number 7. I think I missed maybe 2 questions total in the first 6 quizzes. I mean, a couple people said maybe these were a little bit too easy. So again, if you have some slightly harder ones that you would like to suggest, I'd be happy to listen. But what primarily do giant pandas eat? They eat bamboo, even though they can't digest it, but they're complete idiots who would not be on this earth if we didn't try really, really hard to keep them around because they don't understand how to live. But we're like, hey, they're kind of cute, so let's pour like millions of dollars into saving them. Anyway, I need to finish the rest of the quiz, but pandas are idiots and they literally can't digest bamboo, so they spend their entire lives like sick because their stomachs don't like the one thing that they decide that they should eat. What country borders Switzerland to the west? That would be France. Article of clothing worn by Dracula and Superman would be a cape. What movie took place on the moon of the planet Pandora? That would be Avatar. What comet passes near Earth every 76 years? This is Halley's Comet, or Halley's Comet. What country was formerly known as Ceylon? Is it Halley's or Halley's, by the way? I still don't know. I feel like half the people say it one way, half the people say it the other way. Anyway, Ceylon is Sri Lanka. What is necrotizing fasciitis, commonly known as fasciitis? I mean, is it like flesh-eating bacteria? Yeah, makes sense. What comes between milli and nano? Micro? Good. From what fish eggs does caviar traditionally come from? I think it's a sturgeon from like the Caspian Sea. What plant is used to make tequila? Blue agave. What tongue-tied Bible character relied on his brother Aaron to do his public speaking? Okay, we have hit the first Bible roadblock. I do not know. Uh-oh, Aaron. This is unfortunate, isn't it? I'm going to come back to this. 2, 3, 7, 11, and 19 are all prime. What is the name of the 3-headed dog that guards Hades? That would be Cerberus. What word means either a business tycoon or a bump on a skiing course? That would be a mogul. What are the 3 most mentioned fashion labels in hip-hop music? Are you kidding me? Prada. That's 3rd. Chanel? No. Oh, dear. Louis Vuitton. Oh, this is not good. Gucci? Okay, that's 1st. Versace? Yes, nice. What is a chorophobe afraid of? Music? Like chorus? Voices? Speaking? Blood? No. Should I know what I should know what this means. Hermione Granger is Emma Watson. Anatolia is Turkey. What is a chorophobe afraid of? Choro. I mean, it's got to be Greek, like choros. Like, what does that mean? Petrichor? What does that mean? That's a word. What is petrichor? I don't remember what that is. Which is unfortunate, because I probably would know the answer if I could remember what that word meant. Chorus. I can't think of it. And the Bible thing, I could just guess some random names, but this is not going to end well. David, Joseph, John, freaking Jacob, Esau, Samuel, Job, Jonah, freaking Abraham. I don't know. I got nothing. The chorophobe one is gonna bug me. I should know what this is. Oh, it's Moses. What? Really? Dancing. Dancing? What? Is a chorus in Greek? I mean, did they dance the chorus in like Greek tragedy? I just think of them as being people who sing. Maybe they dance too, but chorophobe. All right, research time. What is petrichor? It's a pleasant smell that accompanies. That's what that word is. Okay, that has nothing to do with dancing at all. So that wouldn't have helped me actually. Um, dancing. I don't know. I'm trying to think of a word that has to do with dancing that has that root in it, and I can't even think of one. So weird. And then Moses. I don't know. I didn't know he was bad at public speaking. What? Like I thought he was like. I mean, I know he did some crazy shit, like he parted the Red Sea or whatever, but maybe he had to ask his brother to tell people what was going on. I don't know. I would have assumed that Moses could just talk like anyone else, but apparently he couldn't. So good to know, I guess. Yeah, again, Bible knowledge is pretty much non existent in my brain, so unfortunate on that one. All right, quiz number 8. What river flows through Paris? That's the Seine. Who is Posh Spice's husband? Posh is Victoria Beckham, right? Good. I don't know any of the other Spice Girls, so I'm glad it was that one. When Jack fell down and broke his crown, Jill came tumbling after. What Starbucks size larger than a grande is also the Italian word for 20. That would be venti. Superman's Achilles heel would be Krypton. Or Kryptonite, rather. Oops. What is Eminem's real name? Marshall Mathers. The second or something? Maybe it's just Marshall Mathers. I don't know. What toxic element were hatters once exposed to, causing some to become mad? What the heck is a hatter? Like, I've heard the term mad as a hatter, but what actually is a hatter? Like lead or something? Radium? Uh, what other elements are toxic? I mean, there's a lot of them, but I feel like most of them are not particularly notable. Mercury? Good. What was the name of Italy's currency prior to the euro? That's the lira. 5 factorial is 120. What is the only Olympic sport where the gender of the participant is not considered and men and women can directly compete against each other? Wait, what? Wait, what? The heck? It's not like fencing, is it? No. Whoa. This feels very notable. Why don't I know this? What is an Olympic sport where the gender doesn't matter? What? Wait, judo or something? Why do I have absolutely no idea what that is? That's kind of wild. Okay. Which famous document was King John forced to agree to in 1215? That's the Magna Carta. Other than Mexico and Canada, what country's territory lies closest to the U.S.? Uh, Bahamas? Cuba? Oh, Russia. That would do it. Star Beetlejuice is pronounced like what two English words? Beetlejuice. What does the Sandman bring to children? Bring me a dream. If you follow the yellow brick road, where do you end up? The Emerald City of Oz. What is the English translation of the Latin word rex? So Oedipus Rex is Oedipus the king, so Rex meaning king. What is the biggest stadium in the UK? Gotta be Wembley. In the US, what profession is practiced by a person who ends their name with Esquire? Esquire is like a lawyer or an attorney. What famous Paris cabaret theater has a name that means red mill? That is the Moulin Rouge. And what body part can be affected by cataracts? That would be the eye. So, what the heck? The only Olympic sport where the gender of the participant is not considered. What? I'm trying to think of any Olympic sport where you just have men and women like in the same like playing field, but I I just don't know. I mean, I could think for 2 minutes or I could just give up and learn this and move on. But that's weird because if there's only one, it really does feel like this is something that you would just know about. But I I don't know. I don't know. I'm gonna give up. Equestrian. Oh, that's interesting. Okay, well, I haven't watched a minute of Olympic equestrian in my entire life, so honestly, that makes sense. And it also makes sense because the humans don't really have to do anything. I mean, that's not true. Don't yell at me, equestrian fans. Okay, like I know that the humans don't do nothing, but it's mostly the horses doing things. Let's be real. I feel like so. Like, uh, that is interesting though. I mean, I genuinely didn't know this, but it does check out. and I should have thought of it, given it's like, yeah, you're on a horse. But, you know, it's kind of a cool fact. It's something I will store away for next time. All right, let's get a perfect score, shall we? What island do lemurs come from? Madagascar. Who founded Facebook? Mark Zuckerberg. When Jack fell down, he broke his crown, and Jill came tumbling after. There's a little bit of repeat stuff in some of these quizzes, but it's not all that bad. What singer is the subject of the movie Walk the Line? That would be Johnny Cash. Oh my god, I got a Johnny Cash question correct. If you know, you know. What was the Soviet equivalent of CIA? That's presumably the KGB. What is the largest island in the Caribbean? Cuba. First woman to win a Nobel Prize and the first person of any gender to win two, surely is Marie Curie. What is the largest species of lizard? That would be a bearded dragon. Probably. No, Komodo dragon. I just saw blank dragon. My brain was like, bearded dragon, but it's the Komodo dragon. The Normans conquered England, I guess. I mean, Battle of Hastings, like England. Is that what you want me to say? Yeah. What is the second book of the Bible? Genesis, Exodus. What, according to a supposed African proverb, does it take a village to do? Is it raise a child? It's interesting because I feel like I've heard the phrase like it takes a village like 100 times, but I've probably heard the phrase it takes a village to raise a child like 5 times. Like I feel like no one actually completes that sentence. But anyway, what instrument did Ravi Shankar play? He played the sitar, didn't he? Yep. What is the Japanese word for freshwater eel? What's it called? Brain? When you get eel at the sushi restaurant? Bro, unagi. Goodness. Who killed Achilles? Hector. No, I'm stupid. Wait. Achilles killed Hector. Bro, am I okay? Paris. Good lord. In what country would you be most likely to find a polder? That's those, like, reclaimed land thingamajigs in the Netherlands. What country, along with the US, UK, Canada, and Australia, is part of the Five Eyes intelligence community? I have no idea what this is. Never heard of it. New Zealand. Yeah, you just guess an English-speaking country that's close to the other ones. Who is He-Man's nemesis? I believe this is Skeletor. I don't really know anything about this, but I know that Skeletor is a character who exists. What city-state did Hannibal fight for? That would be Carthage. What word can be formed by adding 3 letters to the middle of panic? What kind of stupid question is that? What do you mean adding 3 letters to the middle? There's 5 letters in this word. Do they go between the A and the N? Do they go between the N and the I? Do they go between both? Like, what kind of question is this? Pandemic? Okay, sure. Like, such a weird question. In what language is the motto of the English monarch written? Latin? French? That would be really funny. It is. What? I don't know what it is. All right. Motto of English monarch. Dieu est mon droit. What the heck? That's so weird. I've never heard that. That's so funny that the motto of the English monarch is French. Okay. The French are everywhere. All right. Oh yeah, wait, I forgot to do the thing. 17% knew what a polder was. That's interesting. I guess I'm too geopilled, so I thought that was easy, but apparently it's not. Unagi being hard makes sense. Carthage, again, kind of shocks me that that's that low. Skeletor is low. Wow, I guess I'm just the pop culture goat, but like, I hardly know anything about that, but all right. So yeah, I'll probably get a few angry comments saying, why didn't you look at the stats? I will go back and look at the stats now. Or maybe I won't because I can't see them. Really? Okay, that's annoying. I might just give up because I want to see the stats. I did get most of these correct. Equestrian was the hardest. That's the only one I missed, so that makes sense. The rest of them were 40% or above. So yeah, that would do it. Venti being the easiest. And we can look at quiz number 7. 96% on bamboo. Yeah, that also makes sense. Cape is very easy. I'm going to go down, down, down. Dancing is only 10%, and Moses is 21. So again, I missed the 2 hardest questions there. So can't feel too bad about that. I think we're still doing okay here. So I will head to quiz number, I did number 9, so we'll go to quiz number 10. And we'll try and get another 20 out of 20. What country does espresso come from? Probably Italy. The modern birthstone for the month of July. I could not care less. This is kind of like astrology stuff. Like it's just the most like brain dead shit ever. Like birthstones, like it's so pointless. It's like, oh yeah, here's just a rock that we're gonna like randomly assign to like the month you were born. It's like, okay, what does this mean? Nothing, but whatever. Garnet, turquoise, aquamarine, amethyst, sapphire, emerald, ruby. Yes, let's go. Which element has the symbol SN? That is tin. Heaviest internal human organ would be the liver, I think. Liver. By weight and value, what is the most commonly grown crop in the United States? Probably corn. What does the F in UFO stand for? Unidentified flying object. What is the tallest kind of tree? Like a coast redwood or whatever? Sequoia sempervirens? Or is Sequoia sempervirens? Is that the redwood or the sequoia? No, I'm pretty sure that's the redwood. What comes in pillbox, Panama, and Fez varieties? A hat, I guess. What book is about an English aristocrat named Viscount Greystoke who was raised by apes? What the heck? Viscount Greystoke? It's not the Jungle Book, is it? His name's Mowgli. What is this? Huh? Am I being silly? Is this Tarzan? Whoa, that's crazy. I didn't know that was his name. Cool. What country, despite having a population of just 5.5 million, has won more Winter Olympics medals than any other? This is, of course, Norway. They are insanely good at the Winter Olympics. What ancient city-state was ruled by Leonidas? This is Sparta. Whose wife was turned into a pillar of salt? So we got another Bible question. This time I know it. It is Lot's wife. I don't know who the hell Lot is or what he did or what his wife did to get turned into a pillar of salt, but I just know the only thing I know about Lot is that his wife is a pillar of salt. What is the main ingredient in hummus? Chickpeas or garbanzo beans? In what city do the movies RoboCop and Gran Torino take place? Oh no. I have no idea. Rome. Torino. Milan. Paris. London. Okay, let's go to the US then. New York. Chicago. Los Angeles. Miami. San Francisco. Oh, this isn't going well, is it? Boston. Philadelphia. Toronto. I don't know. Unlucky. I'm gonna skip. What country's capital is Ulaanbaatar? Mongolia. Luxurious apartment in the top floor of a tall building would be a penthouse. Where does a Muscovite live? Probably in Moscow. What is the westernmost major city in Australia? Perth. What molecule formula C12H22O11 is commonly used as table sugar? Glucose? Oh god. Fructose? Oh no. Maltose? Sucrose. Yes, good. What is the first name of the actresses McAdams and Weiss or whatever? Rachel McAdams. In what city do the movies RoboCop and Gran Torino take place? My God, I have no clue. Are we in? I don't know what continent it is. Unfortunately, is it ever like Tokyo or like Hong Kong or something? Sydney, Gran Torino. Well, like that's. I thought it was Italian. Maybe it's Spanish. Madrid or Mexico City. Like that just doesn't seem right. Dallas. Dallas? Why would it be Dallas? San Diego? Oh man. I just have not seen these movies. Like there's nothing I can really do here. Washington D.C., Madrid, Lisbon, Florence, Venice? No, okay. Thought that was a reasonable guess. Amsterdam, Berlin, Munich. Munich, if I could spell it. Moscow, I already put Moscow in another question. Istanbul, Athens. Yeah, that's unlucky. Marseille, I don't know. We will find out together. It is Detroit. Yeah, I should have stuck to the US, I guess. I mean, again, I've never seen these movies, so I don't know what the heck they're about, but fair enough. I mean, yeah, if I had another like 2 or 3 minutes, I probably would have eventually said that, but that's it's kind of tricky. Once again, okay, no, it's not the hardest question. It's the second hardest because Lot's wife was the hardest, which I think makes sense. And yeah, the rest wasn't all that bad. But well, yeah, skill issue, I suppose. All the film buffs in the comments are going to be like, "How the hell do you not know that?" I'm sorry, like I haven't watched these movies and I don't really know what to do with that question. Which religion has the most followers in India? That would be Hinduism. Dwayne Johnson is better known as The Rock. Giant bird on the coat of arms of Australia is probably an emu. In what country is Angkor Wat located? Cambodia. What book series features Bella, Edward, and Jacob? That is Twilight. In what video game can one do a tiger, uppercut, or a Hadouken? Which one is this? I want to get this right first try. I think it's Street Fighter. It is. What gift is traditionally given on a 25th wedding anniversary? Ah, we're back to the things that I think are incredibly stupid and frivolous. Oh boy. Gold? No. Silver. Silver. Cool. Yay. What is the capital of Queensland? Brisbane. What company dominates the diamond industry? Good old De Beers. Princess Anne. Oh, speaking of, oh boy, I don't need to go on my diamond rant either. I'll spare you guys the diamond rant. Oh my god. Biggest scam ever. I'll leave it there. Princess Anne was the first member of the British royal family to compete in the Olympics. What sport did she participate in? I have no idea. Equestrian. Yes, let's go. The one where you don't have to do anything and just have to be on a horse and do a couple like simple things to make the horse move. There are 12 animals in the Chinese zodiac. Which one doesn't exist in real life? The dragon. And again, I want to be clear here. I'm sure there's more to equestrian than I'm making it out to be. I don't actually know how it works. I'm sure you have to be very skilled to ride the horse, and there are things that you have to do, but I still think it's probably not too outlandish of a statement to say it is maybe requires a little bit less skill than the rest of the Olympic sports. um, anyway, what was prohibited in the U.S. during Prohibition? Let's go alcohol. What country's stock market closed in 1917 and didn't open again until 1992? What the heck? France, Japan, China, Russia? There we go. That makes a lot of sense, actually, when you actually think about the question. Who is the first Christian emperor of Rome? Constantine the Great. What is the name for the period between Ash Wednesday and Easter? I think that is Lent. Who parodied Adolf Hitler in the movie The Great Dictator? Good old Charlie Chaplin. How do you spell the words Pig Latin and Pig Latin? How does it work? Igpay, Attenlay. Cool. In what modern day country was the Peloponnesian War fought? That would be Greece. What equation has this formula? Ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. I guess you want quadratic. And what was the most commonly used writing instrument in the Western world from the 6th to 19th centuries? Probably a quill. And that is... I actually made an account, by the way. That is 20 out of 20. Hardest question was De Beers. Interesting. Huh. Yeah, I mean, fair enough, I guess. I guess I think of it as just being a famous, well, infamous monopoly. But yeah, fair enough. Igpay Attenlay makes sense that that's not super well known because like nobody actually uses this. I feel like was Pig Latin something that was like more of a thing back in the day, or has it ever been much of a thing? Because like I feel like now it's like no one really talks about it at all because it's just pointless. Like I don't really know what it's for anyway. But it's like like speaking in code, except it's really really easy to decode, so it's just weird. But anyway, solid 20 out of 20 there, and we'll go to quiz number 12. Maybe this will be the last one. I will decide. Who lived at Camelot? Probably many people, but most notably King Arthur. What major war was fought in the years 1950 to 53? Probably the Korean. What river has 6 shallow areas known as cataracts? Cataracts. This is one specific river? Am I being dumb or is this weird? Doesn't cataracts just mean waterfall? Like how is there only one river that has waterfalls on it? Niagara. I'm so confused. I'm gonna skip that. What was supposedly invented by Satoshi Nakamoto in 2008 and originally traded for less than 1 cent? Is this Bitcoin? It is Bitcoin. Ride of the Valkyries. It's from the Ring Cycle, right? So Wagner. A cube is 5 meters on each edge. What is its surface area? Okay, 150. Good. What Greek god has a son named Triton? That's probably... Wait, Greek god. Interesting. Okay, so Poseidon, I guess. What major city in Japan has a name that starts with O? Osaka. What animal is the most dangerous game? Ah, interesting. That's not easy. It's a human. But isn't that like it's a famous short story, but I feel like that maybe it's guessable, but I feel like that's not super common knowledge that at least if it is referring what I think it is. Anyway, who supposedly said let them eat cake? This is Marie Antoinette. In 1989, Ayatollah Khomeini issued a fatwa calling for the death of Salman Rushdie for writing the satanic verses. What U.S. state is geographically closest to Africa? Maine. Who starred as Frodo in The Lord of the Rings? That is Elijah Wood. Former name of Istanbul, Byzantium. Hey, it actually took it. Oh. I see. I was wondering if it would take that answer, but it actually wanted both of the answers. What do the letters PS stand for at the end of a letter? Postscriptum, I think. Or postscript, I guess. What is the first name Bea short for? Bea, Bay, B? I don't know. Probably Beatrice. I don't know anybody who goes by the shortened form of that. He was born with the name Stephen Demetre Giorgio and now goes by Yusuf Islam. I don't know why we're repeating questions this soon, but this is good old Cat Stevens. In what country did the sauna originate? Good old Finland. And finally, the capital of Saskatchewan is Regina, which leaves us with cataracts. Mississippi, Missouri, Colorado, the Seine, the Danube, the Volga. What river? What the heck is this question? St. Lawrence. I am so confused. What are other really major rivers? Ohio, Hudson, Mackenzie. Surely that's not the answer. Thames, Liffey. No way. It's not. It's gonna be easier than that. What? Dude, what is this question? Euphrates, like Ganges, Mekong, Yangtze. I'm red. I'm baffled. I'm completely baffled by this question. Am I being dumb or is this like weird? Like the Nile. Okay, well, yeah, sure. I should have guessed the longest river in the world. Fair enough. Why was I guessing freaking like Mackenzie when I hadn't said Nile or Amazon? But at the same time, like, what? Are there not like dude, I feel like all the rivers have waterfalls, but whatever, man. Nile at 56. I mean, yeah, it's 56 because you just say Nile. Like it says what river, you just say Nile, which for whatever reason I didn't do. But again, I don't know what this is referring to. It's something super specific, I guess. But I'll try and remember that. Humans was 30%, so not super low. Regina was only 18. That does make sense. And then Rushdie was pretty low as well. Okay, that was annoying. I feel like I have to get redemption for that. Because I don't want to end on missing the Nile River, but again, I don't know what the cataracts are or where in the river they are, but yeah, whatever. Who's the wizard that advises King Arthur? This is Merlin. Which language has the letters delta, phi, and omega? Greek. In what country would you find the source of the Tigris and Euphrates? They both rise in Turkey, I believe. The name of the villain in the movie Lion King is the Scar, just Scar. What deadly sin is also a type of animal? Sloth. If a cat has 9 lives, How many lives do 99 cats have? Oh my goodness. 891. What is the smallest type of bird? That would be a hummingbird, probably. What city is closest to Alcatraz? Closest to? I mean, I'm pretty sure Alcatraz is part of the city, but like I think it is within the boundaries of it. What country hosted the 2022 FIFA World Cup? Qatar. Of the three types of rock, the one made from lava is igneous. What island was the center of Minoan civilization? Oh my god, this is the question that I lost the Brady 1v4 to or whatever. When I lost 30 to 29 because he said Crete like a split second before me. What day comes after Mardi Gras? That would be Ash Wednesday. According to the song, or according the song, what gift is given on the fifth day of Christmas? I'm glad you gave me the fifth one because I can't remember like most of them, but the fifth one is golden rings. 5 golden rings. What company makes Android? Google. What martial art could be described as Brazilian dance fighting? Capoeira? Good. What popular salad dressing tastes like the secret sauce on a Big Mac? Thousand Island? Or Russian dressing? Or are they the same? I don't know. Which real-life person was Dracula supposedly based on? That would be Vlad the Impaler. Country formerly known as Zaire is the DRC. Common abbreviation given to the National Socialist Party. Of what country? Uh-oh. Nat Sock. I don't know what this is. I can think about it. What singer's hits include When I Was Your Man and 24 Karat Magic? That's Bruno Mars. National Social... I don't know what country this is. Is it... I don't know. It's not going to be like Labor or Liberal or something. It's going to be something specific, like in one specific country. But again, like I don't know what. I mean, I don't think it's the US. I feel like I would know what that was. I don't think it's Canada, but it could be. It could be the UK. It could be... Oh, it could be anything. It's not like the KMT, is it? Or like the CCP? No. What are other political parties that I've even heard of in other countries? I mean, Germany, there's like the CDU. That's definitely not it. Socialist this is like a far left party. I genuinely have no idea what this is. And I'm quite annoyed because this I mean, again, I'm probably going to get absolutely flamed in the comments. If it is a European thing, every European in the comments is going to be like, how do you not know this European political party? I'm like, I don't know European political parties. But yeah, whatever, man. Wait, is my audio low? Is it? I don't know. Maybe it's fine, but I've been having weird mic issues recently, and I feel like the audio is low, and I don't know why. I'm not going to get the answer to the question anyway, so I'm just going to make sure that this is correct. No, yeah, the input volume is down. Why is the input volume down? I didn't change it. Why, dude? Like... my sound system's going haywire. Great. Well, you get to hear quiet me for the entirety of the video. Anyway, the National Socialist Party, I mean, I don't know, like NASO, NATSO, NATSOC. I mean, it says abbreviation. Nati Soci, like, I don't know. It is Nazi. Oh. Oh. Socialist? Am I missing something? I really hope that my knowledge of how this works is not completely backwards, but is the socialist not mean far left? Like, were the Nazis not far right? What? Well, that's an interesting one, isn't it? Okay. Y'all are gonna have to explain that one to me because I don't... well, personally, I don't associate the Nazis with socialism. Maybe that's a skill issue on my end, but I thought those were very, very different things. So I'm confused, but it's 43%, so it wasn't that hard, apparently. So I think it's just a me problem, but oops, I guess. I don't want to end on a 19. I want to end on a 20, so we're going to keep going. Hang loose and tubular, probably surfing. Who is able to leap tall buildings in a single bound? Superman. What country is Flanders a part of? Belgium. Dorothy's dog. And Toto 2. Who wrote the story on which The Shawshank Redemption is based? That is good old Stephen King. What model of cars are affectionately called bugs? Be a Beetle, Volkswagen Beetle. You know, Volkswagen, or however you say it. According to the Bible, what town was Jesus born in? This one is Bethlehem. The second most common language in the U.S. is probably Spanish. What country is Tasmania a part of? Australia. What word means the study and practice of making maps? Cartography. During what holidays is it traditional to eat matzah? That is Passover. Which borough of New York City has an X in its name? The Bronx. What type of camel has two humps? That would be the Bactrian camel. What country did 15 of the September 11th hijackers come from? Not sure. Saudi Arabia? It is. What Greek god was considered to be the same as the Roman god Jupiter? That is Zeus. The largest city in Arizona would be Phoenix. Roy G. Biv. What do you want me to say? Colors of the Rainbow? What country has been led by Benazir Bhutto and Pervez Musharraf? That is Pakistan. What ancient Hindu text could be described as a sex manual? The Kama Sutra. And finally, what common orchestral stringed instrument is bigger than a viola but smaller than a bass? Surely we're going for a cello. And that is a 20 out of 20. And I feel like I can end the video now. None of those were that hard, except apparently Bactrian Camel was hard. But yeah, I don't know. I just know what that is. So works out for me. But yeah, fun quizzes as always. Feel free to roast the hell out of me in the comments for not knowing that the Nazis were socialists, I guess. I still don't know what's up with that. I'm going to have to do some research. But yeah, I think there were a couple misses in there that probably shouldn't have been misses, but for the most part, it was fine. I guess on a river question, I should just guess Nile. But yeah, I think it was decent anyway. But the more questions I miss, the more comments I get saying, how do you not know this thing? Which makes the video do better. So maybe it was all my strategy from the start. But yeah, as always, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. And if you have any suggestions for quizzes or other concepts you would like me to try, I am all ears as always. But thank you for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.